All right, the value cycle. Let's move on. The value cycle. This came from John Maxwell's book, The 15 Laws of Growth. Come on in, come on in. This came from 15 Laws of Growth, okay? The value cycle, all right? Now, this was really, really important because I talk with a lot of agents, and I was realizing that when we would do this book study, I do masterminds where we do a book study, but we go real deep. And I was realizing that, and this goes with the next topic we're going to talk about, but I was realizing that people's view of themselves, right? People's view of themselves is typically where the mindset kind of goes right to fixed. We look in the mirror and we kind of just go, you know what? I'll never, and our mind just goes to fix. But I want you to think about this value cycle because I think this will help you. And it all starts with seeing value in yourself first, right? When we look in the mirror, we need to see the value that we bring to the world. What value do you bring to the world, right? What is it about you that you love? See the value in you. And it's so powerful. And here's what happens with the cycle. When you start to see value, here's what happens. You start to add value to yourself. Now think about it. If I'm in a position where I don't see value in myself, am I going to invest in myself? You don't invest in yourself, right? You just, that's for those other people. I don't even see value in myself. Why would I add value to myself? So it starts with seeing who you are and valuing who you are, right? Once you do that, now you can step into, it's like, you know what? I am good at talking to people on the phone. I am good at building relationships. I am good at being responsible and taking care of business. I am good at QuickBooks. I can take care of my finance. I am good at being a parent. I am good at being a husband or a father or a spouse. I am good. And then you go, you know what? But I want to get better. And you step into adding value. And then here it goes. Are you ready? And you all, I guarantee you at points in your life, can we all agree that we've seen this in ourselves where we really saw the value in who we were? We felt it. Everybody? We've all seen that, right? Have you ever felt it where you really wanted to add value and change? And you felt it. You're like, I really want to change this. Why? It's because you saw value and you're like, hey, I want to grow. But here is the big piece of the value cycle. You ready? When you see value, you start to add value, and then you can add value to other people. This is the full cycle. It's beautiful, right? So I liken it to like my Yeti cup, right? Like, through life, we're pouring into our cup. We're pouring into our cup, but we're also drinking from that cup, right? But we got to keep filling it. There comes a point where that cup starts to what? As you're filling it, as you're adding value, what happens to the cup? It overflows. Why? Because you just read that book, and what are you doing at lunch? You're like, have you read the 12 Rules for Life? Have you read 15 Laws of Growth? Have you read Atomic Habits? That's what I'm currently reading for those of you. Atomic Habits. Get the stinking book. It's unbelievable. Okay? This guy breaks down habit forming, habit creation, and habit breaking like I've never seen it before. Totally new. And what do? You start giving that information to other people. Not only are you giving it, you're like texting about it, you're tweeting it, you're like, have you read this book? You're taking pictures, you're like excited. You see, when we see value, we add value to ourselves, and then we just can't help it spills out of us. It spills out onto our family, it spills out onto our kids, right? So powerful. And so what the last thing that I'll say about this is to me, the value cycle is so important for our kids and our family and our husbands and our spouses and my wife, right? Because we also have to see value in the people around us. Because when we see that they're valuable, we also want to add value to them. And as we add value to them, they can add value to others. So when we pour into our kiddos, right? When we really pour into them, that starts to spill out of their life. And then my son starts having the conversation When someone says, practice makes
progress.
He goes, no, it's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Practice makes progress. It gets you a little bit better and a little bit better. And so to me, this is, it's so critical, man. This is probably one of the pieces that's really helped me grow the fastest and helped me grow not only to add value to myself, but to also add value to other people. Okay?